Hi everyone, this is LAR Games, and today I'm watching Season 2, Episode 1 of Dr. Stone. Uh, Now, I was actually pretty fortunate in the way that I got to react to this because um, only a little while ago did I finish reacting to Season 1 of Dr. Stone. And, well, I started reacting to it like a long time ago, but I unfortunately had to or ended up just putting it off more and more. No matter like I loved the first season, but unfortunately things kept getting in the way for me continuing the first season until recently, where I tried my best to finish it off before season 2 started. And here we are. I do want to say that the earliest videos that I uploaded are actually like re-uploads from season 1, and then up to a certain point, that's when I started reacting to it again, and that's way more recent. I'm not sure, but you could probably tell like in the newer ones, uh, I actually have included my new reaction format as opposed to my old one. That's how far apart my continuation was. But uh, yeah, when it comes to this, it's just I finished season 1 and now we're on to season 2. So yeah, the ending of season 1 was kind of abrupt. Felt like there was just more coming in terms of like the next episode. And well, I guess this is where the wars are going to come in. I mean, it's titled Stone Wars, so let's see how that goes. But yeah, hopefully we'll see how they use the cell phone technology, or I think he said smartphone, which is even less like what he actually made. It's more like a radio. Yeah, we'll see how he ends up using that to succeed against, well, the barbarians at this point. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, I guess he's retelling the story of the first season. I hope that gets explained. Well, I mean, it better get explained. I'm sure it's going to be. It's just, I really want to know. Millions. I really love Senku. You just gotta love characters who are OP in some way or another. In terms of Senku, he's OP in terms of like his mental fortitude and ability to memorize. In terms of ingenuity, we haven't seen too much of that. Just the ability to recall things and concentrate. In terms of an actual inventions, I don't think I've ever seen him do something that propelled the human race at least a little bit forward and back in his own time. Well, I guess this is his own time, but I mean back before the stuff happened. So I wonder who he's telling the story to. Oh, okay, these kids. Why do you have to have such an evil face? You're a good guy, but you have such an evil face. I guess he's doing this to get out of yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see more of this. Oh, he stopped again. He just straight up murdered people there. He's talking like some sort of very worrying figure there, purifying the human race and all, you know. Well, he already killed one, so. Oh yeah, what happened with her? The last thing we saw of her was that she had some cotton candy. Oh, that's so exciting. But why? Shouldn't just regular preserved food be good enough for this? The reason space food is because it's easy to drink in a vacuum, or not in a vacuum, in zero G. I love that old guy. He's just so endearing. It's probably not going to be as tasty in the form of space food. He has to do this at some point. I think he has, but I want to see it. I'm surprised you know what space is. They did explain that. Yeah, I forgot that explained that in the first season. But what's the point of doing it now? I guess it probably is more nutritious than just regular preserved food. The funny thing about this is that the enemy can't really loot anything that Senku comes up with because if they do, it's automatically hypocritical to what they want to accomplish. They can't use the things that he's making because once they do, they already lose in terms of you know uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Ideological battles. He just went full puri prisoner right there. Wow, it looked like one hit, but he has two bumps. I love how reluctant they both used to be, but now it's just like we got to do what Senku says. I do wonder what that pink lady is doing or how she's doing in this winter. Because if she's doing anything to survive right now, she's still close by, you should be able to see like a fire or something in the distance. Unless she's like superhuman and can survive in the freezing cold without any shelter or fire. Oh, so he's making that kind of thing. Alright, he's making cup ramen. So you just need hot water and you have a full meal. So he's gonna freeze dry it. I don't know they use vacuums for that, to be honest. I said vacuums, I meant a vacuum. Well, I guess he told him what freeze drying is. Sometimes the wording they use to describe things is not really accurate. Like the cell phone and now space food. I always like how they always make that sound instead of actual blowing sounds. It was kind of disturbing how that was light behind his eyes. Well, I guess everyone gets one. I guess the process is incredibly efficient or something if they're just willing to give everyone some. Oh yeah, that weird music again that doesn't fit at all. Caress the keys? Why is there like rap like music in the I don't understand why they chose that kind of music for this sometimes. They can reuse those wooden bowls or cups. It's actually much better than the foam. Nah, at this point it's pretty much kill or be killed. It's not like well, convince everyone. Because I do feel they it's survival. If they're going to kill you, you're gonna have to kill back to defend yourself. But I guess Senku has an even better plan. At the moment, no, because they figured out that they've infiltrated. I have to be honest, I'm not entirely excited at all seeing them again. I didn't really like them in the first place. She looked even derpier than usual. Oh, that was such a good episode. I still never really understood, or they never really explained how they etched such accurate grooves inside of the glass. What he meant by that? Just the fact that there was audio quality in the first place. This feels like a point where the episode would end, so I'm glad it isn't ending. That felt like a cliffhanger ending. Oh, okay, another perspective. Brute force. Do they? I didn't see any. Please don't do that. Wow, okay, so he was actually doing that. Are you gonna invent audio editing? No, okay, that's what he meant. I don't know about this plan. So I guess he's actually going with it. I don't know about this. I feel like this could backfire. I think it'd be pretty easy to realize that I think his name is Jin can imitate people's voices. It'd be a lot more easy to accept than her still being alive. I really don't know about this. Yeah, that's my thought. How are you gonna capture him though if he's that incredibly superhuman strong? Like even if everyone turned against him, I think they still don't really have a chance. He's like shonen strong. I really do like the friendships that have formed in this show. So about Pink Hair Lady. Where the heck is she? Did she go back when winter started? I don't know. Because her job was to spy on them. Probably shouldn't revive anyone right now. Another weird song. It's not a cell phone, it's a radio. Oh, there she is. Okay, I guess she's been in the trees this entire time, surviving the cold at night. I really don't know how she's able to survive without making any fires and making her location known. I think out of all of them, I do like her face the most. Interesting. That is distracting. Well, it is pretty exciting. But at the same time, I think I've talked about my problem with the idea of this being a war in the first place, of there being this sort of antagonist. It kind of goes against my favorite thing about this show, which is the progression of the technology. Feels like it rushes them into kind of like skipping steps, sort of. Because I feel like a lot of stuff was glossed over to get to this point. But at the same time, in universe, it's also being rushed because they have a sort of deadline. My ideal version of this series would just be the technological progression and not really have an antagonist. I think I talked about this before in my first season reaction about like what a cooler version of this show would be. I mean, not like it's not like I dislike this show at all. Like I love this show. It's just that I do think its biggest weakness is the antagonist. That there is one. They could also have made it so there are antagonists, but they could have done it way better instead of like this super strong guy. But yeah, that was the first episode. Pretty enjoyable. Glad to see this back. I'm excited to see more. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.